Hello everybody and welcome to the stream. My name as always is Technomagus and we are now on part, I think 30 of Final Fantasy IV Advance? I don't remember. Late 20s, early 30s, close enough. So, over the course of the 2-day break, I spent some time attempting to grind Pinktails. It didn't go very well. So, thanks to the magic of that wonderful utility known as the Game Shark, I went ahead and just grabbed some. Because these things are very, very nice. First, we need to talk to this little angry guy, and hey, we got adamant armor. So, what is the adamant armor, you might ask? Well, here, let's go to Cecil. So, you remember the Crystal Mail, which gives him all sorts of awesome stat growths and stuff? Well, yeah, this armor completely blows it out of the water. So, now, of course, I have enough Pinktails to not only deck out my current party with the adamant armor, but also all of the bonus, or all the returning characters as well, or the other 5 party members. So we're going to go ahead and get a full set. So that way, when I start switching out to the other characters later on, they will also have ridiculous armor. By the way, besides the ridiculous stat boosts that the adamant armor gives, it also halves all elements. So basically, the entire party is just going to be a bunch of walking tanks. Now, I know you're going to be screaming, hacks, cheater, cheater, and I fully accept that, because in order to actually get the Pinktail in the first place, you need to use a Siren to fight the Pink Princess, or the Flan Princesses. Sirens are only obtained via enemy drops, and they're pretty rare at that. And then the Pinktail itself is a 1 in 256 chance at dropping, so I think I'm a little justified here. Probably not, but still gonna do it anyway. Alright, so let's see. Of course, this is the only hacking, or only game sharking that I will be doing this game. Everything else will be legitimately earned, so to speak. I just need one more. Oops. Alright. So now I have a set of admin armors for the rest of the party, so let's go ahead and get back to the main plot. Which unfortunately does mean going back to the moon and having to go through all the lunar caves again. Let's also just deposit all this extra stuff that I don't need, like that. Let's see. Oh, I can't deposit those. Crap. Alright, these can all get deposited. Let's see, we're gonna keep the swords, because I'm gonna be chucking them pretty soon. Then all these armors can go. Now, as you might have realized from what I was implying as I was talking, in order to get everything in Final Fantasy IV Advance, you actually need to fight the final boss at least 3 times. Because there is a bonus dungeon after you complete the game that certain sections of it are locked until you take the appropriate character through the final boss fight. And of course, since Cecil is always required to be in the party, and there's 10 characters, it's going to take multiple trips down through the lunar subterranean. Alright, so anyway, Alright, without any further ado, let's go ahead and make our way back through the lunar path, and I don't need to deal with these right now. That's great. I don't care that I have a preemptive strike. Alright. Back at the Crystal Palace, and one more time into the Lunar Subterrane. Now, the Adamant Armor does not offer the status protection that the Crystal Armor does, so Cecil is no longer immune to Berserk, which is not necessarily a bad thing, because 9 times out of 10, I just want him attacking anyway, and Berserk gives an attack boost. Alright, this is it. This is our final trip. I am not leaving the dungeon until we kill the final boss. Yeah. Adamant Armor is stupid. Now, you might actually want to grind Dark Sages, simply because they have a rare chance, about as often as the Flan Princesses dropping the pink tail, to drop ribbons. You know, the ultimate, basically the best helmet that blocks all status ailments. And of course, ribbons can be equipped by everybody, so... And then the Selene Guardians drop Artemis Arrows and the Artemis Bow. So, the early enemies, you might actually want to spend a little bit of time grinding if you feel like being slave to the RNG. Oops, wrong way. Oh, and the Artemis Arrows are effective against dragons. That's why it deals such massive damage to them. There are type killer weapons, so to speak, that basically deal bonus damage versus enemies of the appropriate type. So, the Artemis Arrows and Yuichi Arrows deal bonus damage to dragons. And then, of course, there is Edward's Harp, or the final harp that Edward gets in the Cave of Ordeals, also deals bonus damage to dragons. Which makes him actually really good for the final dungeon, despite how useless he is during the main portion of the game. Nope, wrong way. Yay, all the bone dragons. I actually do not remember if these guys drop anything worthwhile. At the rate I'm encountering them, it would be kind of nice if they did. Yeah, I used to be scared of that attack. Not so much anymore. Learned a new spell. Unfortunately, it's pretty much useless against all the enemies in this dungeon. No, let's give it a shot, see if maybe something will happen. Sad thing is, Edge's Steel Failure dealt more damage than the monster did by itself. Down, I think is the way. Nope, it was up. Unfortunately, Ribbon does not prevent against Doom. But Armons don't do anything but cast Doom and sit there. Also, they really don't like jump. Come on, Rosa, learn Holy already. Alright, well, whatever, just Mega Flare them. It's so adorable how they think they can actually damage me. Oh, we got a Soma drop. That's a very nice item. That boosts maximum MP for a character. I believe this is actually the final save point before the boss, or before the final boss. So let's go ahead and give Rydia a boost to her HP, and yeah, we'll give her the MP boost as well. Well, define modern, like how recent? And also, are you talking about like the action RPGs similar to Mass Effect and, or similar to Mass Effect and Kingdoms of Amalur, or are you talking about like turn-based RPGs like the traditional Final Fantasies? Oh great, this guy. Well, this should be amusing. Well, it was amusing, but for all the wrong reasons. I really hate these things. Alright. Anyway, let's continue our journey down into the depths of the crystalline lunar subterrane. Has Rydia learned Flareon? She has not. That is unfortunate. So Musosuke, are you still there? I don't know why I keep using steel. It has, like, a non-existent success rate. Oh, and I am out of arrows. That's awkward. Good thing I still have the Yoichi arrows. Alright, we are now on the final stretch. So just a few more levels of stairs to go down, and then we will be at the final boss. You don't actually need to bother to heal that much, and you can pretty much attack with whatever you want, because right before the final boss fight begins, the entire party gets a full heal. Hey, finally Rosa has Holy. She can now be an attack mage. Oh wait, no, this is the final level. And there are also two enemies that can only be fought on this level, and are the only two enemies that appear. Zemus's Breath and Zemus's Rage. So if you're actually making an attempt to fill out the bestiary, you'll want to fight them. I'm not actually sure if these guys give any kind of... or have any kind of attack. Though Mind Blast is a confusion attack, the only reason it didn't work is because Rose was wearing a ribbon. Of course, these guys do have a ridiculous amount of HP, but they give decent rewards, at least I believe they do. They also die like bosses. Yeah, they give a nice chunk of experience. Oh, Zemus's mind, not his mount or his rage. Oh great, it can boost its defense. Alright, let's fix this problem. Or maybe not. Why on earth did they give the spell a success rate? Alright, Osmos worked for once. Alright, final boss time! This is as you can obviously tell, this is an AI-controlled fight. And it's basically Golbez hammering Zemus with with black magic, and Fusoya using white magic. Oh, well, I guess they just did it. They beat the game for us, so we don't actually have the final boss fight. Cecil, stop being a mopey jerk and say hi to your brother. And Zemus is on fire. Awkward. And, of course, this is still AI-controlled again. Oh, great, he absorbs Meteor. That's really... well, Riddy doesn't know Meteor anyway, so it's not the worst, but that's still really awkward. Oh, well, great. Everybody's dead. That's gonna be kind of hard, Sid. As you can see, the prayers of everyone back on Earth are reviving the party and restoring them to full strength. Alright, so at this point in time, Zeromus actually will not do anything other than shake in a really awkward manner. What we want to do is we want to have Edge steal from Zeromus, because there is a certain item that Zeromus has that will impact how the second form plays out. And also, we can spend this time having Rosa protect up the party. Alright, let's... And as you might gather, having Cecil use the crystal is actually what initiates the true final battle. Alright. And also, only Cecil can use the crystal to initiate the final battle. No one else can use it. Come on, steal. Really? Zeromus is susceptible to 2 status ailments, Slow and Sap. Of course, while right now, in this form, he's immune to everything. Because you can't actually damage it. If you try, you just miss. Alright, we'll give it one more shot. Alright, whatever. We'll just do it on the next fight. Alright, final battle, go. Edge, you are useless. Whatever. Alright. Feel free to throw everything at Zeromus, because you're not really going to need it anymore. Whenever Zeromus shakes like that, he actually dismisses all of your protection, or all status ailments on himself, and all status boosts on you. And Big Bang here is Zeromus' ultimate attack. If we didn't have the adamant armors, it would deal significantly more damage than what it just did. Of course, we need to get Cecil back alive. Yeah, pretty much just feel free to unload your entire inventory at him. Here we go with another Big Bang. That was a bit more damage than the last one. It's because Black Hole is another one of those status nullifiers, just like his Shake. Alright. Pop in the Mega Elixir. Give it one last try to steal. shell on everybody. That way, in case he Big Bangs again, I don't lose my entire party. Alright. But, I mean, it's your typical Final Fantasy final boss. Just unload everything you've got at him. And eventually he will fall. And apparently he has single-target meteor, somehow. Not entirely sure, not complaining because it didn't really do anything. Alright, and he's done. With a shuriken to the gut thing. Alright guys, enjoy the ending. Oh, typical dying one-liner. Right. Finally, Cecil, stop being a mopey idiot. And they're putting the great whale, or the lunar whale, back into the ocean. Speaking of ocean, you have to think, this planet used to have 2 moons. Now that one's going away, what kind of catastrophic effects will it have on the ocean system? Well, stop slacking off. In case you're wondering, yes, Edge and Rydia is official couple. Yang's wife still doesn't have a name other than Yang's wife. But even though Yang's the king now, apparently the former king still has his crown. And so instead they're doing a little dance, sure. And there goes the moon, and there goes the planet's ocean system. Well, maybe the other moon will work twice as hard. And now everybody's paying their respects. And of course Edge is going to try and mac on the new queen. And of course, only the party members actually have sprites showing them raising their hands. Alright, now as I mentioned before, this is not the end. There is a post-game where a new dungeon has opened up, and since we have gone through with the original party of Cecil, Edge, Rydia, Rosa, and Kain, their trials are opened in the dungeon. Or it's called the Lunar Ruins. Each trial gives the character, or the characters in question, a new weapon or accessory upon successful completion, as well as a bonus item that can be used to do things you're not normally supposed to be able to do, in addition to dealing a massive amount of damage. So once the credits have gone through and I save the cleared data, we'll go ahead and get started on that. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and take a break here. I'll be back in a few minutes, and when I come back, we will start the first journey through the Lunar Ruins. See you guys in a little bit.